the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, and I can hear you through the wine, and the Wichita Lineman is still on the line. Hey everyone. Well, I just killed my chances of getting any monetization on this video by copyright infringement there. But it's a really fantastic song, of course, by Jimmy Webb and done by Glenn Campbell. One of the most, recorded songs, I think, of that era. Won a few Grammys. Great instrumentation, lots of beautiful strings. I'm usually talking about harmony, and I'm usually talking about jazz songs, which have, complicated chords in them usually. This song is a little simpler, but it does follow a fairly unusual chord progression. Talk a little bit about what I know about the song. You got Carol Kay on that great bass line. That's just such a classic intro, I always like to put that in because I hear it on the recording. And I used to sing this song. My voice is, starting to deteriorate with age, but I'll give it my best. And when you're singing a Glenn Campbell song, if you want to get a little bit of his sound, he grew up in Arkansas, and I believe to an Irish or Scottish family, so it's got a little of the Ive, says the word I, it's usually an I kind of a sound. So any of that kind of Irish or Scottish accent that I can't do it, but if you can put it into your vocal a little bit, it'll help you give you that sound. Though, when you're singing, which is my little tip for aspiring vocalists out there. Yes, you want to copy your favorite singers exactly as you can, but you don't really want to try to sound like them, because you've got to sound like the voice that God gave you. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So, you can do impressions and kind of change the sound of your voice, but it's better to just use your own voice and learn from the greats by singing the notes that they sing and with the timing and phrasing that they use, to learn from, and then make it your own. Now, I can't say I've done that with this song, but I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. So let's look at the chords. I am a lineman for, so it goes to the 4 chord, and then it's like the Steely Dan chord. It's a F mu. You've got F with the A on the bass, and you put the second in, and fill out the chord like that. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they do, but it's. And I drive could be an A minor. Just take A minor and change it to that. Drive the main road. C11 is what I like to call this. You got the B flat over the C. And then to D minor, melody. Searching in the sun for another overload. And I should put more vibrato on that. Searching in the sun for another overload. And that's a classic run in there too. You can do stuff like that, but this is the line. I hear you singing in the wire. And once again, you can bring out that Irish sound if you want to do that. I can hear you through the wire, and I can hear you through the wine. And that's not wine you drink. That's the wine of the, if you listen on the phone line, sometimes you hear a little buzz or a whining sound. It's just a high-pitched kind of a sound, especially if you were, grew up when I did and had a long time ago and had a party line. You would hear stuff like that. But, the Wichita Lineman, he's out there working up on the telephone pole, working on the telephone lines, basically. There's some beautiful string lines in here, stuff like that. And the Wichita Lineman, and the Wichita. In the original recording, he does that. He hardly ever did it after that. And I think one of the best recordings is that live concert he does at Sioux Falls. For PBS. I mean, he does all his hits, and it's fantastic. It really, I think he was about 64 or 65 at the time, and his voice was better than ever. And the Wichita Lineman, so later on he changed it to that. And the Wichita Lineman. And then again, it's like a suspended chord. So A with the G triad is still on the line. Goes to B flat here. This is why pop songs are so great. They don't follow all that 3-6-2-5-1 stuff very much. They jump around to all the nice chords. And you hear this little, which is kind of like, I don't know, like Morse code or something maybe, or just the little sound of like your modem hooking up, even though we didn't have modems in those days. I don't know, it's something like that. But a nice counter line is this note down here, and then go to here. I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita Lineman is still on the, and if you can make your voice go, still on the line. And then I did it like, bass guitar, and I don't mean a bass guitar, I mean a bass guitar, where you have a guitar where all the strings are like an octave lower and you get that low country sound. I mean, that's just a classic on this song. And I used to love playing this song in the band because Rick Hinkle would, play that with the tremolo on. It just sounded so good. Hit this note extra loud and the chord softly. Some nice country riffs in there. And, that's basically the song. There's a little tag ending on some of the chords and everything. Anyway, if you would like to help support the channel, because I'm not going to make a dime from this video, that's for sure. I have a Patreon there in the link below, and also PayPal. Send me $1 or $2 or whatever you like, and really just subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up would be the greatest thing you could do. Or leave me a comment. I read every single one of them and try to respond to as many as I can. And you all have a wonderful day. Okay, I'll see you again soon.